Hello, hello, hello again. Welcome to Flying with Mike. Sorry for yesterday having to cancel with the way the internet was. Like my messages said over in Discord, folks, it went down quite a bit. And wow, what a disruption that would have been to the stream. Hopefully, new modem in place gives us at least a little bit of a fighting chance. We'll see. Um, but hey, it's only an hour and a half, and it's not going to give us it. So we'll deal with it the best we can, folks. So already starting to see signs of what it used to do. So hey, we'll just, do the best we can. So welcome to Flying with Mike. Slight change up to what you see in the flight schedule, and I mean a minor one. Instead of going to, and I like the name, Viro Viro or Viru Viru, Bolivia. Well, we're going to stay in Bolivia, but we're going to go to the highest international airport in the world. Now, key word there, folks, international. There are airports higher than that, I do know of. I will probably never fly to. But this airport we're going to is the highest one that's classed as an international airport. Comes in at 13,000 feet above sea level. So let that set in as we prepare Ivanka here on the line for the run from, and I am not even going to attempt to do this one other than to say Belmonte International because, oh, the international disputes I would cause. Look it up for yourselves, folks, if you'd like. SBPV, Sierra Bravo Papa Vic. All right, so well, let's get in here and see if we get lucky and only get one video created or if we get many. So, and yeah. Oh yeah, let's click and click. Oh, that's good. Those cleared out. Now, last night we did run a special stream. It's not a special, we just ran a surprise just because I felt bad about having to cancel out the Dallas to Vegas. Um, but so I flew Gimpo International over to Tokyo, and folks, that stream went flawless. This stream is already having some issues, so we're hoping to get through with it. Things are running slow. You hear me kind of slow, you know it's dragging. So, hopefully all of this they're doing, they actually find what happened. I still, and this is me only, think Frontier and their contractors from the world messed up the cable here. And I'm pretty sure since they're a competitor of some kind, although not very prolific here in the area, they are trying to get people to switch that route. Anyway, that's again me, not official, just me personally. All right, we got Sim Toolkit up. Let's brief this out real quick, and then we're going to start thinking about going. Folks, we are online Bat Sim right now. So if you want to join in, hey, grab a plane. We're going to the highest international airport in the world. So, and if you all know of one higher than this, let me know, because that's what this one touts. So, all right, one thing on Sim Toolkit here. Up here, we are not using runway 19. We are going to use 1, so for some reason it didn't translate over. But the correct landing runway did, so that should help us in El Alto. Ugh. So, All right, so let's look at it real quick. Coming out of here, winds are 070 at 5, 30 degrees outside, and 1011 for the altimeter. Over at El Alto, 13,000 feet up, winds are 200 at 5. Little chillier there at 11, but look at the dew point there, folks. Wow, none. Basically, I mean, it's wow. 1039 for the altimeter, or yeah. Oh, look, and they're even giving us one in U.S. terms, so that's cool. And of course, no significant weather, so we'll kind of play it by ear as we fly over. Loadout today, 140 peeps, and 30,800 going into the aircraft. Total people and cargo. So planning fuel at 15,300 and a cost index of 21. The game plan, and this is kind of odd, we're going to fly, 34,000. I had us down at 36. Dang it. I missed that. This, again, a redo. And BOKAP is the start of our arrival into El Alto. They want us up at 35. Must be something with Bolivia. I don't know. We'll see if we make the climb up, because pretty much we're going to start right back down. So that may be a step climb we don't do. Other than that, folks, great flight. Passengers are boarding. We're actually just about ready to go. So if you are planning to join us, now would be the time. I am just getting the ACARS system fired up so that MacAir gives us credit, because this happens to be a destination of the month. And I just clicked the wrong button, so there we go. Current bids is what I'm wanting. Oh my goodness, the turtle, I think, will win the race against the internet here. All right, click there. I said click there. Why does it have no flight time? Interesting. Ooh. Can we get this to highlight, please? All right, maybe not. I don't know what's going on here with there we go. Finally. Make sure we load it up right enough to get this altitude squared away right out the bat. And now we're going to select the aircraft. Okay, let me see where we are in the list here. All right, bear with me, folks. I'm going to be a little silent here because we are getting into that zone where havoc ensues. They have so many A320s. Folks, if you, and this is not a going against MacAir. They have a ton of aircraft, folks, available for you. Just about everyone out there available in the sim is available to you there. Several different divisions you can fly in, from the grandiose all catch-all open that everyone is part of, to charters, which is what we're flying, so we can do flights they don't have scheduled, to cargo, and a pro line division that you'll step through with instructor pilots along the way, improving your skills. And with it comes some phenomenal, there's my airplane, phenomenal software. And they are currently beta testing a new ACAR right now. And since I'm having so much trouble here on my end, that's why I haven't jumped into the fray to let them see it, up and running on another stream. All right, so that's good start. All right, so, but yeah, if you go over to Mac Air, link should be coming up here. Check them out, folks. A really great bunch of people. Just to give you an idea, if you do like watching streams on YouTube, you may have heard of Captain Mac. He started this VA, so gives you an idea. So check them out, folks. Great bunch indeed. All right, well, after all of that, now we're pushing being late. No, just kidding. Oh, in the airline world, Debbie said, yeah, that's pretty much true. So, all right, folks, real quick, let's take a look at what we've done here. We do have the APU already up and running. We've already boarded our passengers, and we've actually got the FMC ready to go. Before we get into this page, let's back up. We are in the A320 Neo from Toliss. Another phenomenal aircraft, folks. Exclamation mark A20N A20 November. Get you a link how to get a hold of it, folks. This thing is phenomenal. Great systems, and I mean everything about it is just out of this world. Has the ability, if you turn it on, to do failures. You can set them, it can do them however you want. Folks, just a lot of great tools to use, and I'm just nipping at it as deep as I've gotten into it. Is so hard. So, but anyway, here's our weights. We're a 97,000 pound airplane when we're empty. We put the 31,000 in. And this is what we're running with. Payload's 140. Cargo, only 200 because it brought us up right up to our numbers. Okay. We put 15,400 in it, ready to go. Takeoff wise, Porto Velho International. Runway 1, not going to do an intersection, folks. It's only 8,000 feet at best. 070 at 5, outside it's 30, and you can read the rest. We are toga on this takeoff. Flaps will be 140, 140, 144, and we're actually set up 0.4, or what the FMC came up with. All right, full length takeoff. V1 starts here, and we should be airborne fairly quick. All right, and that gives us our stop margins. So we got plenty of room on the runway to get stopped if we need it. We'll be back to this later, folks, when we get over to our destination. Okay, up top here, folks, you can see we've got it aligned. We've done our checks. We've done our engine fire checks. We are, like I said, just about ready to go. We're just waiting on you if you're going to fly with us. We'd love to have you come aboard. So we'll hold here for just a couple more minutes, but we are going to prepare the plane for pushback. So, and the checklist we're running on, one too far down, there we go, just has us setting up our MCP up here. So, and I just got to pull some information. Get things easier to find. Okay. Oh, the weather is starting to come down here. We now have a ceiling, folks, of 2,000 feet. So we're going to be taken right off into the clouds. And we're still good on all other numbers. So 10, 11. Okay, flight director's on. We'll get the LS on and the coaster. It's actually constraints. Arc will go 20 here. Arc will go 40 here. And let's see. Speed is set with the dot. Heading is set with the dot. Altitude is not. Let's see if we do have any minimums. It appears we do not. Let's take it all the way to 34. Okay, and now we have the dot, so that'll be managed, and we're VORs on all our switches. Perfect. We're going to take a look at the departure here in a moment. Lastly, the anti-skid is set. And switching panels. All the switches, if they're at 12 o'clock, are in the normal position. All right, we're ready to go, folks. Transponder on. Should be in the X-ponder. And radar's off. We do have the upper half of the panel set. We don't have the radar and potential wind shear switch turned on yet. Okay, so that's coming. All right, so what we'll do here real quick is a takeoff brief. Give me a second to get the right thing up here. Original Godspeed, welcome aboard. That is the Toliss A320 Neo. Oh boy, I need coffee. Yes, sir, it is. And it's a great plane. All right, let's do a quick screen for that. Let's do that. And charts. We'll just do it the simplistic way here. Let me start with the airport chart. Okay, so we're going to basically push up, face south, taxi down Charlie to the end of the runway. It's a short taxi, folks. So that's a good thing. From there, we'll take off. We're going to hit point Papa Victor 389, and then we're going to make our turn direct OSATU. Now, it wants us to take a 261, so that's why when you look here on our nav display, you see this hook. That means it's going to fly us till we intercept that radial. Pretty simple departure. One more time here, we'll have the FMC up this time. Okay, so we're going to go off with a V1 of 140, 140, 144. Transition altitude, is that right? It is 3,000. And our flap, slats, and clean speeds, and there's our trim. We'll set that once the engines are fired up. Toga takeoff. There you go, folks. That's our departure brief. Hopefully you saw all of that. And there we go. Tell you, the internet, I cannot wait for it to finally get fixed here. We are still experiencing troubles, so bear with us, folks, if we do run into trouble out here. All right, let's start closing this thing up. What we'll do is we'll use the aircraft here. Let's go ahead and first hit the cargo doors, put them to auto. And they'll start closing up over. In the meantime, we'll go ahead and close up the main door as well. All right. Final, let me see how much room we actually have. They be calling pushbacks. Yeah, I think so. We ran into that one place where, well, they don't push back here. Like, what? So, like, we got a power back? That'd be fun at a bus.
Ground to cockpit, please show me where you want to go, sir.
All right. Well, what we'll do is come to here, go to here.
Ground to cockpit, tow is dialing up.
All right. We are ready to go, folks. Again, feel free to grab a plane, head to Sierra Bravo Papa Victor. We're on VATSIM, and we are, let's call it, headed to the top of the earth. 13,000 MSL is how high up the airport is. Hey, we're coming off power. We're on internal. I should have made sure, yeah, it is, okay. Parking brake was set. And folks, we'll be ready to go here in a moment. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened.
All doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Okay, let's go ahead and beacon on. Okay. Y'all are ready for this adventure? I'm not sure I am yet. But again, if you're new to the stream, folks, hey, we'd love for you to click follow. That's how you'll know when we go live again. Gives you an email. What I try to do in that email is give you the aircraft type, if I get it right, and the route we're flying. And by route, I mean
So is now connected and bypass pin is secured. Please release parking brake.
So, and then you'll be able to join us. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. Reason being, you'll find out when we release another video. Now, we do not live stream on YouTube. We just basically put out the content we did on live stream for that flight. We just put it over to YouTube. And that could be a couple weeks after the flight's flown. So, but if you would like to join us in a live stream, see what it's like flying live with Flying with Mike, scroll down and look for where it shows some links. Go to Twitch, go down to our About, and you'll see what the flight schedule is for that week. And you're going to see we're not anywhere probably where that video is. But feel free to join in and have fun, see what it's like. And hey, you can even comment in the comment area. It doesn't work when we're just a video. So, all right. And he said we're ready to go. Parking brake released.
Starting pushback now, and you may start your engine.
Okay, let's hold on the engines for a second, although part of me does want to fire. Lately, we've been getting engines cold. We got to wait for them to warm up. Matter of fact, I am going to just go ahead. We'll get them started. And here we go. The other, there's a lot of messages that come up here that, I mean, I get what the word cooling means, but what is that actually doing? I mean, it's kind of perplexing to me. Now, I know you guys that are used to these Airbuses, oh, that's what this is. And okay, glad you know. I'm just kind of curious why it says that. All right, so there we go, kicking it around. And, you know what? I guess I should have looked. Yeah, nobody's here. I know this much. Today's the 25th when this was made in May. There is an event tonight in this region, so who knows? We may stumble across it. All right, I think number 1's fired up. Let's go ahead and get number 2 going. All right, he's getting us pulled forward, so our wheels are not curved in any way and are good for for taxi.
Operation completed. Please set parking brake.
Brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Please stand by.
Okay. Let's get the engine mode back to normal for now. We may have to go to engine start on the way in. All right, so coming up here, we'll get the AP lead off. Round spoilers to arm, flaps to 1. Okay, and here's the pitch trim. This is something I really like. It actually tells you what the trim is right there, instead of you sitting there guessing.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on your left, sir. See you next time and have a safe flight.
Hey, thanks for flying with Mike there, better push back. See you next time. And we'll wait for him to show us our pins. The next check we're about to do, folks, technically comes a little later in the checklist, but it's still, nonetheless, make sure you do it no matter when. Perfect. Got the pins. And since sometimes the way the sun hits these airplanes, I just give them a flash of the taxi lights. All right. So make sure you check your surfaces, being your ailerons, elevators, and rudders. Not a lot, but there have been a couple of corporate jets who went down because they don't do this. Or they got in a hurry and, oh, they're off. Yeah, we're good. And had you done this, you would have went, no, we're not good. Because, yeah, the whole crew died. And the passengers. And that is, make sure they move. Because if they don't, folks, you know what that means on takeoff. You're not leaving the ground. And I got bad news for you. At takeoff speed, not V1 speed, takeoff speed, you're going off the end of the runway into whatever sits out there. It's an old check we private pilots always do. But you know, it's like we've got above. We're no longer private pilots there, Muffy. We're commercial super pilots. And that mindset, folks, will make you a super pilot, all right? That's what your tombstone will read. All right, so we know our surfaces are set. Our flaps are at 1. And we're going to go ahead and get the elapsed time started. And how are we doing on engine temps? They're warmed up. Good deal. All right, get everything unloaded here. we're ready to taxi. Let's get terrain radar on, brakes off, radar on, not radar O'Reilly, mind you. And that radar's on, and here we go. Okay, we just need the auto brakes to max, brake fans on, and do our test. We are cleared for aircraft says we're good to go. Now will ATC say that? Doubtful since they're not online, but Belmonte traffic, Avanca 572 departing runway 1. So I hope your Friday Eve is going well. For those of you who just about to their Fridays, lucky you. But I hope y'all are having a great and have had a great week. Minus the internet issues, we've had a really good week out here in St. Louis. And looking forward to the Memorial Day weekend. And don't forget, folks, I know the rest of the world doesn't honor that day, or they may in their own ways, but you know, folks, remember those who've given it all. It could be your own loved ones, but this weekend being Memorial Day weekend, let's keep those who fought hard for our freedoms here in the States, keep them and remember them. And also, folks, you know, you don't hear this a lot when we say that, but there are a lot who serve right now in the military. Now, they will not call themselves heroes, nor will the people like me in the fire and police and EMS. That's a different honor for a fallen one. But you know what? Even those guys are heroes, folks. Also, and probably more important, are those that support their families, their children, their spouses, their parents. Remember it all, folks. They all gave something so you have what you have. And you have the ability and the freedoms that you do have. They come at a cost, folks. Remember those this weekend. All right, we're at the end of the runway. Let's run through it real quick. Transponder still transponding on the standby freak. Let's go TARA. Auto brakes are set, terrain radars on. Purser set, takeoff checked and ready to go. Engine mode as required. I think we're going to keep it normal here. We may go to a different setting for landing. Brake fans are set, engine mode, and we're ready to go. And cleared for takeoff on top of it. Here we go. Rig off. And if you all don't mind, I plan to use this entire usable runway. Okay, stable, here we go. Okay. Nuts.
Rotate. V2.
Gear up.
Alright, I sure didn't see any issues with the weather. Alright, level climb. So we pull our throttles back to that mode. Thrust climb. Ground spoilers can come off now. Those dearmed. And not yet on the flaps. Once we clear S speed, then I'll pull the flaps up. Okay, flaps coming up. Standard. Away we go, folks. Yeah, that's 700 foot or whatever we had broken. We didn't have that. At least I didn't see it, unless you all did. Alright, so off we go, folks. Hope you enjoyed that rather quick move on the ground, folks. We're not usually airborne 30 minutes into the stream, so I hope you enjoyed that. Alright, here we go. We're going to be turning back here pretty quick. Get on course to, what's the name of that fix? OSATU. Alright, on course we go. Almost 8,000. After takeoff checks were spoilers, the arms, engine mode's normal, anti-ice below 10. I think we're okay with that for now. Altitude set to cruise, landing lights come off at 10,000, and on we'll go upward.
10,000 feet.
Let's get those lights turned off. And we'll kill the APU while we're at it. Brake fans can come off since they're in the wheel wells, and we're on our way, folks. Alright, I'm going to check something here. just seems awful quiet. I don't know what I did to make it so quiet. Oh well. On it. Okay, let's get our range out to 80. Yeah, we're getting a pretty good bump up here, folks. All right, folks, and as you can see on the clock, we got about an hour and a half to go. Kind of watch that as we climb. I bet when we get to altitude, it will read somewhere in the neighborhood of 45 minutes to maybe 50. Drops off, and that's because you're getting into thinner air. You're getting into a lot of stuff that's helping pick the speed up. Remember, we're only doing 367. Eventually, we'll be cooking across here. True airspeed around 450-ish. So, alright, so we are on our way, folks. So I hope you enjoy the flight. I'll kind of sit back a little bit here, kind of monitoring things and hoping nothing bad goes on with the internet. Enjoy the ride. And folks, if we do, sorry for yawning in your ear like that. If we do run into internet issues, know this. We record every flight, and I do post them. Just might be a few weeks down the road, but they will come up, folks. You can watch this flight in its entirety when it comes up in the lineup we have. So just know that I always have that backup. All right, so with that, let's keep pressing on, and we'll see you top a climb. Looks like in about 40 miles. Okay, what is it that's holding it back? Old Flag Guy 70, welcome. We need some weather radar. Yeah, we do. Well, we're at 34,000 feet. We're in it. But you know what? I don't think there's anything to report in here. Let's kind of dial. Oh, we're getting a little bit of. And this is the only thing, if I had to complain, and this is not a Toliss thing. This is X-Plane, that we don't get a really sharp weather radar. I don't know what that's going to take other than active sky. But that's our weather radar, folks. On the 80-mile radius range. Oh, okay. For a second there, I'm like, wait a minute, how did I get around that curve so quick? But anyway, we are in the soup. Oh, and now starting to see the Andes every now and then. Let me just get over here. El Alto, just so everyone knows, as of 16Z, about an hour old. 240 at 5. We may have to circle the land. A few clouds at 1700. It's 12 degrees Celsius. -9 dew point. So very dry day there. And 1038 on the altimeter. Looking at sky vector, folks. You know what? We can do one thing on sky vector. But that all depends if we have radars in the Amazon. Let's go to layers. Oh, it is turned on. So, according to Sky Vector, and again, it all depends if places like Branco and are reporting weather, reporting radar. Will we be able to see if it's actually raining there? According to this, no. And maybe over here in Kobaja, SLCO might be seeing a little, but really, it's pretty much. I don't know where it derives all this weather from, and I don't understand that even in Microsoft, how you can get this, but it doesn't show. So, we will be, I think, able to turn the seatbelt sign off now. And let's take a look outside, shall we? So, of one of the very few criticisms I have of X-Plane is the lack of color to the radar, which that was actually in the real world mandated from a crash where pilots couldn't delineate the severity of what they were getting into to be able to maybe work their way around the more severe stuff. And that's what brought on the more colors that you see on a radar in the cockpit, which then you now see on TV as well. I believe it was Southern Air many years ago near Warner Robins. All right, we are actually approaching, well, no, we're not. We're still out of the Andes right now. We'll actually start seeing them. Well, hopefully, let me rephrase that. Because down here, it could actually be, because we've got some marginal weather. About 191 miles from El Alto, which is the beginning of our arrival. BOKAP. You know what? Let's go ahead, take a look at this arrival. Let you all begin to get a flavor of what we're going into. First thing I'm going to do is set it up so we have our speeds. We're not, oh, so we're as of 16Z 240 at 5. That's all good information. We're on a 13,000 foot, we're 13,000 feet MSL for the airfield with a 13,000 foot runway. So, kind of interesting, if you stood that runway on end, you'd be down to sea level. Kind of fun. I have fun with this. I love this airport, folks. First time into it was a hard thing to find, and now I've learned, let the ILS localizer, in this case, do the work in finding it. All right, so runway's dry, anti-ice will not need. I'm gonna go meet. Let me look at that real quick before. Yeah, I'm gonna go medium. Pew. Okay, so we got a VAP approach speed of 135. We'll need 7,000 feet of runway, and my goal is to get off at Alpha. That's my goal. Not saying it's gonna happen. And there's our margin. So, all right. Turn that down a little. Man, seems like it's creeping up on me all the time. All right. Now, let's pull up charts. And for that, this time around, let's use Sim Toolkit. You're going, why that one? Why not? Okay, so right here is where we make the turn south. Okay, again, we're going for runway 10. Let's go ahead and pull up the live map real quick. We're right here. As you can tell, folks, not a lot of weather. Probably, my guess, not a lot of weather radar in the area. That's why we're not seeing a lot. All right, so you can see the routing straight south. Here's BOKAP, and we are entering the Andes down in here for the landing. All right, nav graph. Just to give you a little bit. So see BOKAP, we're right on the front range, headed into them. Okay, the routing is BOKAP, and we are going to be on the interesting. This says the BOKAP 1 Alpha arrival. It's not one up here, nor do I remember seeing it when I selected it. So, but we did select Penut 1 Alpha. We're going to Penut from BOKAP. BOKAP is at or above 22,000 feet. And same with Panut. So we're good for our nice descent here for 90 miles. Coming down at or above 18,000 in Ulvik. And Utkat 180, 17,000 feet. All right, folks. You're all going, holy crap. That's awful high up. There's the airport elevation. Does that give you, you're only 4,000 feet AGL, folks. I told you, highest international airport in the world. All right, so from Utkat, we're going to fly the localizer. Now, technically, it is set up for RNIPS. I prefer the localizer, even though it, somewhere is here it says ILS, but I don't know if it really is one or not, folks. All right, transition levels 18,000 again, folks. 5,000 MS or AGL above ground level. Pretty pretty low to the ground. Localizer 110.3, good for us. The Airbus automatically does this. Approach course is 100 and 15,000 feet, folks, at distance 7.2 miles. 1,800 AGL. 1,900, okay. Decision altitude here is 1331, 220 feet above the ground. Told you, folks, highest international airport. Incredible numbers here. Transition levels only 5,000 feet above the ground, but we were 3,000 at our departure point. So really, there ain't a lot of difference. It's just you're so high up in the atmosphere here. It's just unreal. Okay, if we do a missed approach, we intercept the La Paz radial 181 and head on out to distance 20 for our hold. Okay, 7.215. These are your recommended what you should be at 2. So at 2 miles out, we should be 13,680. Okay, now this is a 2.4% glide slope. So we're used to 3, so we're really flat here, folks. So that's why it's only just under 600 feet a minute roughly for us. Okay. We need at least 13,331 MSL for our ceiling, which is either broken or overcast. That's 220 feet above the ground. Visibility has to be above 800 meters with a full set of lights. We lose if the lights are out. It's 1,600 meters, and if we're in a heavy, 2,000. However, VNAV DA in lieu of MDA depends on the operator. Okay, so all right, may have to do a circle to land. I'm going to go ahead and come in with the tailwind, but we'll see. So there's your charts, folks. That's what we're looking at. We know 135 right now is our VAP, which is what we're looking at here. So if we keep it about 600 feet a minute without the glide slope, we should do good finding the runway. And we are just about to make the curve here at RCO. Oh, come on. I hate when it does these things. There it goes. And I'm going to be right back, folks. Got to use the lab again. Stand by. All right, folks. And I'll be right back. We're stand by, folks. Okay, now that's the first I've seen of this one, folks. First off, for those of you, I do apologize coming back into the Twitch stream here. Holy mackerel. Yeah, we're still having OBS Twitch issues, but somehow my computer switched over to Wi-Fi. We got it back to the way it should be, but that was really weird. I've never had that before. Oh well. So again, if you miss any part of this, folks, just know that we are recording. It is, I've been told, uninterrupted. And you would be able to see the whole thing. Wow, that was really weird. Alright, if you don't mind here, folks, let me see where we are in reference. Okay, so we're about 200 miles out. And, so we'll be back with you here shortly. Alright, so hopefully things will hold together here for the arrival. Again, those of you that were with us, my apologies for Twitch dropping. We're still experiencing some internet issues out here. Hopefully they begin to figure out what happened and what's gonna take to get it fixed. But anyway, folks, we're gonna continue on. Again, let me put it out there. If you want to see what you've missed, This will be up on YouTube here in a few weeks, and probably within a week, I hope. And I don't know where my lineup is, but we'll get it out there as quickly as possible so you all can enjoy it. Especially those of you, and I do have 2 or 3 from South America, so I'm sure they're enjoying the best we can do here for them. And this is why I opted to cancel out yesterday. By the time we were ready to kick off, we'd already gone up and down on the internet here 5 times, or no, 2 or 3 times, and that's just unacceptable for me to put out there to you all. To have you all reconnect. So welcome in those that are new. Just putting that out there. If we drop again, folks, it does come back up roughly within a minute or so, so bear with us, folks. Spectrum, I don't want to say too much here on air, that gets me in trouble, but is what it is. And just bear with us. We are working with them to get this corrected. They got a lot of work to do, in my opinion. So, but to be honest with you, though, it's more important for my wife that this internet works. And this is not meant as any kind of slights or anything. Not my streaming, because she works from home. So it is very crucial that things work properly for her. We can get around it. So she doesn't have to go back into St. Louis and another hour commute to and from. We're doing the best we can to keep this up for her. All right, so let's just kind of roll on. We have what looks like 40 minutes to go. 40 minutes. We're just reaching, and this little, here, let me blow it up here. Where my cursor is, this ETP, that's the equal time point, meaning it's the same amount of time to go back to where we started as it is to continue on to El Alto. We're going to continue on, of course. All right, folks, again, thank you for being a part of Flying with Mike. If you'd like to join us on these live streams and you're new, click follow. When I do go live, an email goes out letting you know the aircraft and the routing that we're using. So if you want to join in, you have that ability. If you're watching us from YouTube, hit that subscribe and click the bell, so that way you'll know when the latest and greatest videos are coming out from Flying with Mike. So for now, let's kind of ease on back here, folks. It's Friday Eve, and let's just kind of get ourselves ready for the weekend. And what a weekend here in the States we have. It's Memorial Day, traditionally known as the unofficial start of summer, although some of the weathermen think it started back in January. But just kidding, I'm really exaggerating, but it's not far from that. But folks, the unofficial start starts today. In the States here, a lot of the pools start opening up for the kids. Most of the schools are beginning to let out, and it's summertime. But it's also the weekend where we remember those who gave it all for us to have these freedoms. Don't forget them this weekend, folks. And, you know, for those still serving, you know, it doesn't hurt to come up and say thank you. Because what they do helps ensure your freedoms to do as you do. And also their families who support them, the spouses, the children, the parents, the extended families that come around to help support them get through. So it's a weekend to remember, folks, of those who've given it all for this country. So, all right, so let's kind of ease on down to the highest international airport in the world, El Alto. Another fun story I like to relay when we come into El Alto. I don't know how many of you out there have ever seen the show, and I don't know if it's coming back this year or not, but it's like 20, close to 30 seasons they did. 20, 30 seasons, I don't know how many, called The Amazing Race. Quick backstory premise of it. Several teams race around the world for $1 million. And each leg of the race, someone gets eliminated till you end up with a winner. Okay? In the earlier years, now I haven't seen it here lately, and I hope they get back to it unless there's something going on politically that usually is the cause. They end up in South America. Now, South America is great if you're down in Rio or Buenos Aires, but boy, when they would come into Bolivia, Ascension, the high altitudes, folks, think about that. Have you ever been to Denver? And those of you from the States. My wife went out to Denver for a meeting, and she actually got what they call altitude sickness. You're a mile up, and it takes the body a little bit to get used to the little bit at a mile, the lack of the back off in oxygen. Folks, you're 2 miles, if not 2.5 miles above sea level. It's amazing that many people live in El Alto. But they would come into there, and then not only would they have to go through, to the next clue, next challenge, some of the challenges were physical. So even some of the most physically fit people you've seen on this show succumb to the 8, 9, 10,000 foot elevations these places are at. It's amazing. Like I said, the population's like 100, 200,000 in El Alto. Folks, you're living at an altitude that if you're flying a private airplane, you have to be on oxygen. That's why I found it always so interesting with The Amazing Race. So, but anyway, we're flying into those kinds of altitudes, 13,000 feet above sea level. So, oddly enough, the runway's the same length, except horizontally instead of vertically. So, but anyway, folks, I hope you enjoy the ride in. We're going to have, hopefully, a pretty simple arrival. You never know. First time in here, I had a hard time finding it. So, even on the localizer. Because there is one airport in front of it. I don't remember seeing that on the charts. Let me see. No, it doesn't show it. Interesting. Well, we're going to find out. Alright, so enjoy, folks. We got about a little over 100 miles to go. We still got to program the FMC airport information into it, and then we'll start our descent. Now's a good time to put in your prediction. Let me see if I can get a screen to come up here. There we go. And there's the format. I got a feeling, yep, I'm gonna have to. Hang on. Let me reset Sim Toolkit. Well, it didn't reset. Okay, hang on. Do it one more time. And if it does it, it's not wanting to reset. Usually you would see the Sim Toolkit bot up here. Let's try. Yeah, it's not resetting. There we go. Now we're connected in. See how it said STKP Twitch bot joined? That's what you're looking for, folks. And then it'll catch up on top here in a second. Yep, it's there. Okay. Bear with me a second. I'm just getting some stuff maybe in play. There we go. All right. Now let's do that. There's the format. So, and I had a feeling because the internet switched me. I mean, it threw even an error up on Sim Toolkit. So hopefully things hold together with it and Twitch, and we'll be in shortly. All right, and currently, actually, is that 80 or 90? Might as well. Let's go ahead and get it set up. Currently in El Alto, 1700 is 310 at 6. So 1037. Here, let me help this along a little. That way you all can see what I'm doing. Okay, so you can see as of 17Z, here's the current weather. So I'm putting in the altimeter of 1037, that's the Q. Temperature 14, keep forgetting, 13, 2.5 miles up. Wind 310 at 6. All right, so we're looking at VAP now of 133. Okay, so And for our minimums, we can either put in, I don't know if it'll take 13,331, but it will take 221. Now, how do you do this? Let's see if I can show what I'm talking about here. Go. Kind of, sort of, maybe. Okay, we're getting it now. Okay. We're talking here, baro and radio. These are your minimums, your what you'll call, okay, if it hits that, guess what? We don't see a runway, we go around. Well, baro, folks, that's what's in bold. That's what your altimeter, which you can't see here, would read. Now, you also have a gauge on there called a radar altimeter. The altimeter is what you are above sea level. Okay. Radar altimeter is shooting a signal from the plane to the ground, reflecting back up. So it's above the ground level. And that's what we're going to use here. And that's that number 220. Like I said, I just don't think it'll take a big number like 33 or 13,331. So we'll just go with 220. Now, baro, altimeter, radio is radar. And then when they're both the same height, folks, it's just what are we reading from? Okay, and this would be your altimeter. And I think the radar shows up here or here. And that's usually only 2,500 feet above the ground. Okay, and McDo is set. Currently 50 miles out from top of drop. And we still can't see the Andes. Hopefully we'll get through this cloud layer pretty quick so you can. It's actually, the scenery is not bad in X-Plane. Much better than FSX. I'm not going to do a comparison between this and or Microsoft. Just not. I'm just going to tell you, it's better than FSX. That's as close as we'll get to it. But then again, as most people say, it didn't take much to get better than FSX. But when you throw Orbix into the mix, yeah, it does. I actually didn't see an improvement with Prepared, as everyone said. I watched your streams, I looked at the pictures, and I went, it's just like FSX. So, alrighty, so, got some buildups up ahead. I wonder, I didn't remember seeing any mention to rain. Julica doesn't show signs of rain. I'm just going by everything in a very wide swath. I mean, about the Jorge, south and east. To the south, Mendo is good. I mean, overall, I'm not seeing any signs of rain. Fog coming tomorrow. Interesting. Anyway, folks, so we are closing in on top of descent. Should be showing up here on the charting. Isn't it showing up? Interesting why it's not showing top of descent. Oh, I think that's a step climb. Okay, yeah, that's the step climb to 35,000. That if you look over here, top of descent is actually about 75-ish miles after BOKAP. So, yeah, that's what that is. Okay, so we're still good. We've got it loaded. Can't be like, why aren't we seeing any of this? You know what? I'm going to try some. What the heck? Hey, there we go, up to 35. According to this, we're still 90 some miles from top of descent, maybe? We'll see when we hit top of climb what we're doing. Okay, we are at top and 87 miles. So yeah, we'll just do the best we can here, folks. All right. So everything is still the same. Oh, another thing we could have done. I'm going to go ahead and change this. Bear with me a second, folks. 310. Uh, 310 at okay. $30.62. All right, so now the extra digit in there. All right, looks like we've got I can't tell, we're 50, 60, so pretty close to a direct cross. Not really. That's a little of an exaggeration. All right. So we're over BOKAP. Welcome to the Panet 1 Alpha arrival. One thing I did not do is balance our fuel. Hopefully we'll get this done really quick. Getting there, folks. Okay. Good deal. All right, so we're balanced. And 40 some miles out, we should see the flag. There's the top of descent that I was looking for. So we'll start that here. Let's get the checklist started though. Okay, so landing elevation shows auto. McDo arrival, performance set. Let's do top of descent winds. Go to here. Now you could that's another way, folks. All right. Now, we got the winds requested and set 20 miles before, so roughly in this zone here. We'll start our descent. And then we'll see how it progresses. We have got to get into the right zone, but we don't want to go too low because it is the Andes Mountains, folks. They are pretty tall mountains. And again, McDo said localizer. Chart says ILS. We'll see if we have a glide slope. Not holding out on a glide slope, but we'll bring it in either way. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and kill the music, and we are going to begin to get ready to get in here, folks. I want to thank you all for being a part of Flying with Mike today, supporting the channel. Hope you've enjoyed. Again, my apologies go out to you all for the internet issues where we dropped, came back up. Welcome to what we've been dealing with here, folks, and you shouldn't have to. But Charter Spectrum says otherwise. All right, you're beginning to get a little sneak peek at them. You got some peaks over here and down in here, but the clouds are still pretty well making it a pain in the butt to see, so. All right, so at 20 miles out, we'll begin our top of descent. And in the Airbuses, folks, it's pretty simple. Just push the button in for a managed descent. And then pull it out if you want to go what's called open, where you either set the feet per minute down, feet per minute, yeah, FPA, feet, your angle, can't think. Anyway, your angle, or you set it by feet per minute. Excuse me. All right, folks, so top of drop. We are now there. We're going to wait till about 10 out and push the numbers. Now, folks, these are working ACAR systems. I just don't have anyone to connect to, and I really haven't used it yet. So even if I did, the truly one and only time I used it, I got nothing. So, yeah. All right, so top of descent now 13. Destination fuel will be 7.5, so we're looking good. You could bring this up, hit fuel predictor to kind of see it all. Looks good. We'll go back to flight plan in case we get it direct. And push it in, and it's... Oh, you gotta set the altitude, Mike. That's the tip. You gotta set the altitude. 22 for now. All right, and then on the ILS, 9 out is 15. Okay. I'm going to bump this out a little so you can get a see. There's our descent. Okay, we're going to go. We can squabble who's better scenery. I've just been thoroughly amazed at the X-Plane scenery. So we could squabble if you want, but you ain't gonna get a fight out of me on it. So, all right, but I think this is simply amazing. All right, we got a couple things we got to do in the cockpit, like seatbelts. I'm going to go to high flow. And we're going to do our best here, folks. That's all you can do. All right. And we should be making that turn here soon, folks. All right, let's go ahead and start setting this up. Just to give you some ideas, folks. If I'm reading the chart right, that's a 21,000 foot mountain right there. That amazing. Welcome to the Andes. All right, folks, we continue the descent. Checklist is complete to this point, other than I do need medium over here. And let's see. All right. It's a possibility we will have a glide slope. Let me, what is that? ILPA? Yeah, we are showing right now possibility of a glide slope. Nice. That'll help even more. That would begin slowing us up. Okay, we're coming up. We're still above 4 miles out. I think we'll be okay there. Transition level is in 1,000 feet, folks. Okay, transition. Is that what we got entered? Oh, we're still above.
$18,000 feet.
Okay. This gets slowed to 80, distance out 15 mile. And we're on a glide slope. Tells me it's like right over here.
Gear down.
$2,500.
Okay, I think we're set. El Alto traffic.
2,000.
I forgot to connect. After all that internet issues, I forgot to totally connect. El Alto traffic, Avant 572. We're about a 5-mile final for runway 10.
1,000.
1,000.
Got a little bit of a tailwind here.
$500.
500.
$400.
400.
Boy, she just ballooned like nothing.
300.
Sink rate. Sink.
Minimum.
Hold.
200.
Hold. Sink rate.
100.
100.
50.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Retard. 10.
Okay, I somehow squeaked that one out. Don't know how I did. Welcome to El Alto, folks. El Alto traffic, Ivanka 572 is off runway 10 to the terminal. I swore I turned those on. All right, IPU masters on. All right, folks. We are in the blocks. Get the final checks done here as I keep an eyeball. Terrain's off, brake temps checked and still warm, and we can start shutting down. I hadn't realized we dropped off, folks. I forgot that the internet issues would have... Whoa, see, there we go. Let's get the chocks in. Holy, it did this one other time, folks. Gotta love it sometimes, folks. Wow. That's what I was trying to prevent. All right, folks. Well, it happened again. At least this time we didn't end up in the grass. All right. Chocks are in. Let's see. So we are shut down, folks. Be curious if the jet bridge even comes out here, but I'm not going to try it. All right. So let's take a look at what we've got here. All right, the important thing is 176 feet a minute. Now, Mac Air, I think, got a little screwy because of the quick bouncing we did there at the end. So it'll be what it'll be with them. All right, real quick. Not a, I mean, other than a slight drop at the end of the runway to get there, we landed a little short, 1,100 feet down the runway, which is actually fine, but 20 plus feet off the center line. That's a little excessive. And we don't get much detail here. I wonder why. I wonder what determines that. But anyway, wow, we landed at 171? Holy mackerel. Okay, now that explains a lot. Okay, so, I'm not real happy with that at all. All right, other than that, folks, we've come to the end. I do not know if it's going to let us do a proper rewind here or not. Let's see. Well, yeah, I forgot that. Yeah. Got to make sure you come off FATSIM or it kicks you off like it just did us. Oh, that's a good point. All right. Well, looks like we are gonna get to. Alright, let's kind of not happy with that vertical speed. There used to be an airport like right out in here to fool you. I guess it's no longer. It might have registered it that way. That wasn't a bad landing, folks, at all. Let's go back and look at it again. Let's do it from the end of the runway. I do believe we are fast. Not sure where it got the 170 not landing, but okay. Well, you know, it is what it is.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 10,
Feels like we're going fast, though.
20, 30.
But boy, it only showed 140. That's why I was a little confused. I thought I landed at like 140, not 170. All right, well, you know, we got to take the numbers as they come, folks. We can't say this, that, or the other. Let's see how the tower view looks. Oh, folks, what a flight. Well, you know, folks, that just goes to show you, you know, we still eked out a pretty good landing, even though it really wasn't all that great. Well, folks, I want to thank you all for flying with Mike today. We got the stream in, albeit one or two videos created with it, and we had a disconnect completely. So hopefully these internet issues will work out. So for now, folks, I'm going to leave you all. Hope you all have a great weekend. God bless you all. Remember those, folks, it is Memorial Day that gave it all so you could have those freedoms here in this country. And not only them, but their families who had to, one, put up with them, but more importantly, supported them through it all. So we're not going to be back on stream until next week, folks. So check the schedules in the Discord channel, as well as down in the About section for Twitch. Folks, have a great Memorial Day weekend. God bless you all. Thank you for those who gave it all for us. We'll see you next week.